Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you're well today. I'm going to go ahead and run through the assignments for today. So we're going to start off with our 9 o'clock ELA meeting. I'm sorry, I just realized I didn't post your SEL assignment. You'll see me post the SEL up here beforehand. I'm going to shift that up. So start off by reading a book on Epic. You've been given a collection of books about leadership. Please choose one to read. Only one person completed their SEL assignment for last week. Congrats, Terrell. Everyone else, please make sure that you're logging into Epic and reading from your mailbox. It's got a collection of leadership books. Then we're going to jump into our 9 o'clock ELA meeting. Today, this is a two-step process for ELA today. Many of you did not submit your paragraph from last week discussing what is a myth and why are they created. So the first thing that you need to do today, if you have not submitted that paragraph, is submit that paragraph. I'm moving it right here underneath the 9 o'clock ELA meeting. So you're going to open that up. Only 3 students have turned that in. Click on this assignment and make sure that you submit that paragraph. That needs to be turned in before we move on. Okay, you're going to finish your lesson 6 student response. If you look at, as a class last week, we worked together on drafting this paragraph. So you have a myth is a fictional story that is meant to tell how something came to be or to teach the reader a lesson. You're going to give examples of the types of myths. Go ahead and look back at your notes from your response journals the past couple of lessons to add to that. I need this paragraph submitted today, please. Okay, once you've submitted that, you're going to go ahead and move on to lesson 7. In lesson 7, you're going to open up this. You can open up this Word document. Lesson 8. I have lesson 7 and 8, but this is actually lesson 8. Take a look at this sculpture. What do you notice? What are you wondering about this sculpture? Go ahead and jot your notes down here. What do you notice and what do you wonder about this sculpture? Take a moment to think. What myths have we read so far? Jot those myths down. What do we already know about the ancient Greek and Roman cultures and their myths? So when we're speaking about their culture, why were they telling these stories that they told? What was the purpose of them? How did these people live? What did they value in their community? So think about their culture and why they told these stories. Now, we're going to be moving in to read stories. We're going to be reading some plays, some stories from the Native American community. What predictions do you have about how Native American stories might be similar to Greek myths? So this is where we're going to make that connection. Why did the Greeks write the myths? What was their purpose for writing the myths? If these are stories that are living for thousands of years and they're being passed down for thousands of years, why have they lasted as long as they have? And if we're going to be reading stories from a different culture, the Native American culture, why do you think they might be telling these stories? And how do you think they might be similar to the Greek myths? Go ahead and jot your prediction down here. Then I want you to take a look at the cover of the next text that we're going to be reading. We're going to be reading a text called Pushing Up the Sky, 7 Native American Plays for Children. Take a look at this picture. Look at this text. What do you notice? What do you wonder about this text? So you're going to jot down, I notice, I think, I wonder. You're going to jot down those thoughts in this Google document. Then I want you to go ahead and take a picture walk, take a book walk through this new text. If you click here, it will take you to the document. It'll take you to a video of taking a book walk through the document. So go ahead and take that book walk, click there, take the book walk, and jot down what do you notice, what do you think, and what do you wonder about this text. I think you're going to notice something very interesting about the structure of the text and how it's presented. It's not written in typical prose or story form that we've been reading, and it's definitely not a poem. We've read poetry before. So if you are a little stuck about what this type of text might be, I want you to click right here on understanding how to read a drama, and that's going to give you a big hint as to what type of text it is, okay? Then I just kind of hinted at the answer. I just kind of told you what it was. I want you to think, how is a drama similar to and different from prose and poetry? You can just jot down your thoughts there. What do we know about poetry? What do we know about prose? What do we know about drama? Okay, so that's what you're going to work on today. Tomorrow, we're going to jump into actually reading from Pushing Up the Sky. These are some really interesting stories and myths that have been passed down. Really take your time and enjoy the story. So when we're done with that, you need to work on your 30 minutes of independent reading. You're going to work on your 15 minutes of targeted skills practice on IXL. Not very many people met their reading and IXL goals last week, so please make sure that you're spending 30 minutes reading and you're spending 15 minutes on IXL every day. Then you've got your 12:30 math instruction, okay? At 12:30, you're going to log in, come say hello. And here is your lesson. We're doing lesson 4. Today we're talking about parallel lines. You're going to go ahead and watch this video, and then you're going to click on and complete your independent math assignment, okay? Click your independent math assignment here to work on parallel, and it's got a little bit of a review of perpendicular lines that we talked about last week. If you have any questions, feel free to send a text, 646-543-4633. I will see you guys later.